Khuda Haafiz 2 Agni Pariksha is a test of how much violence you can watch without flinching. Basically, it's a barometer for brutality. So how much could I handle? Let's find out. Khuda Haafiz 2 is a literal sequel, which means that the events take place 1 year after the events of the first film. Sameer and Nargis are trying to recover from her kidnapping and rape. Nargis is scared and scarred. Then, a 5-year-old girl, Nandini, comes into their lives. Nargis is on anti-depression medication, but within a week, Nandini finds a way to her heart and miraculously starts to heal her wounds, which isn't really medically sound, but writer-director Faruk Kabir stages it with sincerity. It's refreshing to have a Vidyut Jammwal action vehicle spend quality time focusing on the trauma of a survivor. Faruk is one of the few filmmakers who insist that Vidyut act as much as he fights. In the first film, the action started when the first hour was almost over. Here also, the first half positions Sameer as a mamuli admi. He's a middle-class man in Lucknow who drives a Santro and makes breakfast for his wife on their anniversary. But once Nandini disappears, all hell breaks loose. In the second hour, Sameer transforms into an avenging angel who will stop at nothing, including literally breaking balls. The action moves to Egypt and the climactic fight happens with the pyramids in the background. The visuals are very impressive. But Faruk isn't content to create a lightweight action thriller around the formidable fighting skills of his leading man. Khuda Haafiz 2 also attempts to provide social commentary on the state of the nation. This is mostly spouted by Rajesh Telang, who plays Ravi Kumar, a thinly disguised version of journalist Ravish Kumar. Can this country be called great anymore? Ravi asks his viewers. He's also placed there to justify the violence Sameer inflicts, saying it could be the work of a common man frustrated by system ki kamzori. The film aspires to reveal the rot, but the writing isn't erudite enough to have an impact. The script cuts way too many corners, like the flimsy reason provided for the plot to move to Egypt, or for Nargis to leave home. This is in the trailer, so don't say spoiler. The most interesting aspect of Khuda Haafiz 2 is the casting. The masterstroke is Shiba Chadda as the fearsome godmother Sheila Thakur, who other characters refer to as Thakur Ji. Thakur Ji is in sharp contrast to the roles Shiba usually does, and she thrives in her malevolence. In one scene, she tells her son, "Jab tak tumhara amma zinda hai, chaude mein raho bachua." But like the film, Thakur Ji isn't written with enough depth. Her character is largely defined by her stare, her slow drawl, her preferred beverage, kacha doodh, and her intimate relationship with her handmaiden. This last bit becomes one more marker of her utter lack of compassion and morality. This conflation of sexual preferences with deviancy is sloppy and problematic. Faruk fills the screen with fine actors. Apart from Shiba and Rajesh, there's Dibyendu Bhattacharya playing a murderous butcher. A cliche, perhaps originating from Sultan and Gangs of Wasipur, which I think we really need to retire now. Dibyendu mostly just looks grim and says "ho jayega" to everything that Thakurji asks for. Danish Hussain also makes a brief appearance as Sameer's mentor in jail. The film, of course, is largely propelled by Vidyut. His acting is competent, but as usual, his real skill lies in action, some of which he's also designed. Once again, we see him split a man's jaw apart by ramming it against a wall. This was also the money shot in the first Khuda Haafiz. Once again, I shut my eyes. I concluded that Khuda Haafiz 2 wants to be purposefully disturbing. There are horrific rapes. Men stab each other with any sharp object they can find. A toe is smashed in close-up. A metal hook is used to rip apart a throat. And, believe it or not, in one scene, a prisoner, perhaps a Mike Tyson fan, bites another prisoner's ear off. This, by the way, was my breaking point. Faruk's larger ambition, perhaps, is to make the narrative so hard-hitting that it shakes viewers out of their complacency, which might have happened if the storytelling had more heft. Violence needs to be rooted in insight. Otherwise, what is the point of enduring it? Also, a request to filmmakers, can we please stop brutalizing women so men can be heroes? No, this one is a tough watch. So this is my take on Khuda Haafiz 2. Did you like the film? Tell me in the comments below.